Okay, quick recap of what I thought was my last game in the Tilean NAF tournament, but turns out to be game 5, and there's one more probably to go. It's my Wood Elves against some Rocks Amazons, standard 4 guard, and Roxana will turn up at some point. Yeah, it's a glorious sunny day outside, and I'm inside playing online computer games. Started with a touchback, but I did get a reroll, so that's all fine. And then my front line survived, so not too unpleased with this. So I'm just going to bide my time and hope for a chance to... Roxana's on the ball, so hope for a chance just to get in there, really. Didn't particularly want to go for the leap to start with. There's no real need. There's going to be a load of guard. Basically all 4 blitzers have got guard, so there's going to be a load of guard around her all the time. So it's just going to be a case of looking for the 2 dice where possible, and where possible came fairly quickly, actually. So Italian chap I'm playing decided to engage fairly early. Now this catcher has block, which is important, because the way this has all been set up, then there's going to be a cage here, and I'm going to look for the 2 dice uphill with the catcher who's got block, which is reasonable odds. I'm just looking for a push. If I get them both down, then that's fine, and they've got block. And then chain push Roxana out to here, and my strip ball War Dancer, which again will be 2 dice uphill because of the guard positioning. What I should have done, with hindsight, darn it, just spotted it. I was going to go here. I went here, so that worked. But I've just spotted what I should have done, basically. Which we fast forward, there we go. So I got the so I got Skull to start with, so I re-rolled it. But what I should have done was pushed Roxana to here, because then that would have given me 1 dice with the strip ball, and I wouldn't have had to dodge out either, because I had to dodge this one out in order to blitz in. But if I'd gone here, then I could have cancelled this tackle zone and cancelled this tackle zone, and then taken a 1 dice, which would have been much nicer. Annoying. So, but anyway, as it was, so I had to dodge out there, stood up that one, and then went for the half dice, which worked actually. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. I got a push and a both down. They chose the push because obviously Roxana doesn't have block, but then the ball bounced to someone who just caught it on a 4+. So which is that is not ideal. Obviously the ability to hand back to Roxana is fine, so there's no point in tackle zoning this one, because all they're going to do is get rid of these tackle zones and give the ball back to Roxana where it belongs on this team. But yeah, so the opportunity was there, and managed to get the opportunity. Didn't do it perfectly. Now this was a bit rubbish. Foul here, wasn't sent off, and badly hurt on my strip ball War Dancer. Came back, but out for this drive, obviously, so the next 6 turns or so. Now, again here, I should have been able to get another 2 dice on Roxana. Basically, these guys are in contact. I can get a 2 dice to push this one away, and then I can get a 2 dice block on this one to push that one away. So again, I should be able to get a half dice, and if I get a POW, I should be able to get a 1 or a 2 dice, definitely. 2 dice, in fact. So if I get a POW on this one, then that will be rosy. So I get the pushback there, and then put the assists in for that one, and then I just need a POW here to get 2 dice, but in fact I get them both down, and so don't get anything, and so I just use the blitz to take out a player down there and put a few players in the way. And then so cage moves over to the side and just push back there, and then engage a few of my players with dodge, so I don't have block on those ones, so that's a reasonable odds. Now this is where it all starts to go pear-shaped, so I get a skull both down and then a double skull, so that's a 1 in 81. Obviously should have moved 1, 2, 3, 4 players before doing that, but you don't expect a 1 in 81 to fail. But I should have moved those 4 players, but it didn't really matter actually, because they're Wood Elves and they can get into sort of whatever position they want anyway, so they're never going to be hugely out of position, and obviously the cage just moved up there, so them being out of position didn't matter at all, but doesn't make it right. So then a bit of punching here and a little bit of dodging. So then all I'm doing here, so I've a little bit given up. It doesn't really matter if anything happens here. So I'd like him to score in turn, his turn 7 ideally, but he's more likely to score in his turn 8. There's not going to be anything much happening here. So I think I do a double both down at some point, Possibly not. No. That's fine. So just bringing some players around here. This is unfortunate. So he gets bad placement, really. This is my sidestep guy. Now, I took the sidestep to help with the with the one turn touchdown. But you don't actually need it very much generally. Luckily, because he died. But you should normally be able to get the pushes even without the sidestepper. Another foul doesn't get sent off, but my guy's only stunned there. So yeah, that takes out the hope of being able to do anything useful. So I just get the 2 dice there, and then run my leader away, and then he gets 3 dice on my catcher, who survives, which is great. So he scores in his 8, and then my turn to do a try for a 1-turner. So he sets up with the tackle zones on here, and I immediately get a pow and a both down. He would have the option not to use dodge, so I needed to use the reroll there, and both down skull. So pretty rubbish. So that died fairly straightforward. So now I needed to score in my, well, either take the 1-all and go for a big stall, or score quickly and try and turn him over. Probably the latter, because that's good fun. So the double both down again meant that I didn't manage to. So that one there meant that I didn't secure the ball, but not the end of the world. He was never going to get loads of players on it. I suppose he could have got Roxana through, but again, not making it safe. So this time I pick up the thrower and just run back into my own space, and it's fairly secure at the moment until I decide to move this catcher, because I got a complete brain fart, it seems, and didn't realise that this catcher was in fact protecting my thrower from being blitzed by the other guy. So not ideal. So luckily he didn't choose to take that blitz, which would only been a 1 dice anyway, and then he wouldn't have been able to secure the ball. So probably sensible not to do so. Now I was quite happy with his level of commitment here, because I could have just, if things had gone smoothly, which they didn't, spoiler, if things had gone smoothly, I could have moved my entire team up here basically with the ball. So thrower dodges out, passes to this catcher, who then runs over here. His entire team is out of position. Hoping to take Roxana out of the picture as well. But I only got the... Oh no, I did get that player down. I positioned this player badly. I should have put them there instead, so that the war dancer here could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then got an easier hit on Roxana. So that wasn't ideal either. Just picking my own game apart here for your pleasure. And then you'll notice that what happened in fact was I decided to roll a Snake Eyes with the thrower and gift him the ball and the touchdown. 2-0 down, not feeling very rosy about life. Let's score in 2 turns and see if something interesting happens after that. Run forward, load of players forward, get the ball, give it to the catcher, run forward, need to go for it. Not completely secure, because he can just run around here with Roxana and hope for the pow, I suppose. I think that's what he does. Just in fact leap through and get the pow, but then I can clear that one out. Then I decide to get rid of this person as well. As long as I don't get a double skull, it'll be fine. And then obviously I get a double skull. That uses up the reroll, and which I needed for the 2-up dodge, 2-up pickup. So not looking ideal, but I'd make it. So won't curse my dice too badly. I just need to turn him over now and score to make it a draw. Throw a rock, takes out one of his players, and then he puts 2 players forward. Runs Roxana back, but I can actually get a tackle zone on Roxana, so I do that, but got another Snake Eyes. So dice were not very kind to me. Handoff there works, 3+ with a reroll, 3+ with a reroll, and 3+ with a reroll fails. So 3 3+ with a reroll, and one of them failed, which is fair enough. Ball is now fairly loose. So I'm able to get... he comes over to give the assist, and then I'm going to blitz this one, looking for the pushback, and then the bounce into space. So I get both down, which is okay. And then looking to free up the catcher there. Now, the thing was here that in order to get an uninterceptable pass, I had to put the catcher too close to the sideline, really. So I put the War Dancer here so that it wasn't straightforward to frenzy the catcher off the pitch, knowing fully that if he brought this player down to here, then he could still frenzy the ball carrier off the pitch, but the ball carrier wasn't going to be the ball carrier anyway because of dice. Fail the 2-up dodge, make the 3-up pickup, and fail the second 2-up dodge. But yeah, so what we see here, so he does the frenzy blitz anyway. After a couple of punches there, yeah. So brings in this person here so that when he frenzies the catcher, he can still frenzy the catcher off the pitch. Not everyone knows that trick, but this guy knows what he's doing, so fair play to him. Still got the War Dancer able to score. So yeah, so then he goes for the foul and gets sent off on that one finally. And then I just need to try and get the ball, so I come in there and blitz and get the push, which is what I needed. Ball goes off and bounces into a fairly friendly space, certainly bounces in the right direction. I've got a few options here. Obviously put the War Dancer in the end zone. I've got the option to use this one, but this guard, so if this one hadn't had guard, I think I would have stood this one up. Would I? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to use this catcher to go for the score. So dodge out succeeds without the reroll. Dodge there, looking for a 2-up, and then I think it's a 4-up pass. 2-up, 4-up, 2-up, and fail the first 2-up because dice. And then he decides to do this pointless blitz. Marvellous. Yeah, so lost that one. Bit rubbish. Lots of people are better at playing Wood Elves than I am, is what I'm discovering from this tournament. But, good to practice, and Wood Elves are good to play with because you can do all sorts of nonsense. But they're not as easy as some people think.